Good day to you, and welcome to the very first episode of a series about growing your MSP, becoming a better MSP, and building a better business. It's the first episode. I'm super excited, and certainly for my first guest, Daniel from Two Stone IT, an MSP, immensely successful MSP, I should say, in Sweden. They mainly focus on cybersecurity, but they offer a variety of services to their customers. I will link all his socials, all the websites below, so if you're interested in checking that out, please feel free to check it out below. Otherwise, welcome Daniel. Thank you so much for being the first guest on this series. How do you feel about being the first guest?
Thank you, what an honor.
Is it an honor? I'm happy to hear that.
Almost as thrilled as you, man.
Yeah, well, I'm super excited, and in the next 10 to 15 minutes, I have to be honest with you, I will try to extract as much information about becoming and growing your MSP as possible. So are you ready for that?
I'll try my best.
All right, awesome, that's a good start. So let's start off with introducing yourself, maybe your company, and also a bit about the structure of your company.
Yep. So Daniel's my name, of course, and I work for Spark Group as a CIO, and we've been in the industry of this for 3 years, and we established Spark 3 years ago as well.
Okay.
So I've been working in IT, cybersecurity for about 19 years now, I think.
Wow.
Connected to MSPs, customer, virtual CIO, etc. When Spark fired up the engine, it's an investment company, so they are buying companies in the installation industry. Basically, the founder realized quickly that cybercrime is a problem due to some experience, but also sort of knowledge, but not how to handle it. I got the honor to start my position as CIO in Spark 1st of April 22. And quite quickly, because Spark is purchasing companies in quite high pace.
Okay.
So we had our 3rd anniversary this summer.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. And by then we had 80 companies.
Wow.
And then it's been holidays, and now we have 86 since yesterday.
Wow.
And to handle that sort of flow of new businesses coming in, people, of course, users, we quickly realized that we need to do something here on our own. So that's when we started Two Stone IT. Fortunate to hire amazing people Mike, Jürgen, and the entire crew, basically. And then we purchased another Barracuda partner in Finland. So now we also have Sasit in Helsinki.
Wow.
So we are growing the business basically together with Barracuda.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing to hear. So let me ask you, how many people are in the organization?
It's not within Spark Group, we're past 1,000 now in 3 years.
Wow.
But connected to IT, I would say it's like 15 or something like that, connected to the core of it. Yeah. And then of course, plus partners, vendors, etc. So a little bit depending on how you see it. But what we've done is that we have we set up the cybersecurity tasks within Two Stone and Sasit, so that's basically what they do. Okay. And then for service support, product supply, etc., we have partnerships instead. So we focus basically on, of course, the sort of MSP function as a whole, but Two Stone is only responsible for sort of cyber security delivery and that platform that we built. And then we have UCS, which is also a Barracuda partner now. Yeah. They handle the service support and product supply. Okay,
so basically, in short, you're a group and you help each other where you need to help, and then you have your own core tasks.
Basically, we contracted Two Stone sort of like a NOC. To handle things and coordinate things with the main responsibility for cybersecurity. Okay. And then we connected UCS as a partner beneath Two Stone for the delivery into Spark. So we have the sort of full MSP function to Spark as an end customer, but we divided the responsibilities a little bit. So, you can't have the same guy doing audit as handling the books.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
But then, of course, to the external market, trying our best to build the business and expand the business with a great team that we are connected to, and the amazing network of people within the entire atmosphere. Yeah,
Wow.
so Sparks where, yeah.
Very nice. Okay, are you ready for the first difficult question?
Okay, go ahead.
First difficult question is, what is the quality, or if you have to pinpoint one thing that made you successful as an MSP, what would you say that is?
To begin with, I am not successful as an MSP, but we have a great team being successful as an MSP. And I would say that understanding is probably the one thing, main thing.
Okay.
It really doesn't matter whether you need to strengthen a customer on technical stuff like their sort of email protection or web application firewall or whatever, or if you work with the people in there with awareness training and education basically. But to have trust and understanding with other companies, and also a point of view of the industry where I believe that the cybercrime side of things, that's very coordinated, right?
Yeah.
Whilst the companies and the industry, and let's call it the defense lines, they start out with competition.
Of course, yeah.
So sort of already there, it needs to be more trust and understanding and coordination, and people helping each other also on this side.
Okay.
So that would be sort of understanding and coordination,
okay,
trust,
very nice.
sort of.
Okay, and that's then also trust with the customer, of course.
Obviously, that's where the trust.
But also in between partners, like different companies, MSPs that can actually trust each other to help each other.
Yeah, be generous with your knowledge, help each other.
Okay.
Because customers, there is enough customers for everybody. So try to build the knowledge in a good, serious, and trustworthy base, and then the business will come. Okay. So don't try to sell a product or like a technical solution, but rather engage in relationships, and you will play your part, whatever it may be, from project to project.
Wow. Okay, that's a great lesson. I think that's a really, really good answer. The second thing that I want to discuss today with you is, so in the Nordics over summertime, we see something special. And all over Europe, we see business slowing down, not doing as much as before, and that can make times difficult for MSPs. But in the Nordics, it's even more drastic. So could you explain to us what the situation is and how you handle that?
You mean that basically Sweden closes in the summer?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but that's back. Since it was called like the industry holidays, where the unions played a huge part, and people in this country were basically working a lot more. How should I put it? Like not everybody going to the factory, but you know what I mean. So basically, summertime, closed, doing nothing. That sort of culture thing is still there. Okay. A little bit more now. It used to be only July, almost. Now I would say it's July and quite some time into August as well.
Okay, so really a long time that business just almost stops.
But we close our business in June, so you finish off the first sort of half year, each one done. Okay. And then everybody closes down. So there is business going on, of course, but it really, I agree with you, it's a huge difference from June into July. And then somewhere in the middle of August, it starts picking up a bit, and then quite fast it's full speed again. But then again, it's a culture thing, I believe in. Since everybody's doing it, I don't know if you really, I don't think you're losing business due to it. Okay. But yeah, it's quite different. Yeah.
So what would you say to another MSP that is struggling to survive that July month? Is there anything that you can tell them, or
plan your business for June?
All right. to close off in June, and so that you can start. Okay.
Yeah, but I think most of the companies established in the Nordics knows about it. The same I think it's the same all over the place. I don't know about Norway, but I think Denmark and Finland is basically the same as well. So knowing about that, you have your calendar.
basically planning for the downtime,
Yeah.
or just
It-
being okay with it and not always having to.
And then of course try if you're not on vacation, you should work. So it's not like it's impossible to do business in July.
Exactly.
It's totally doable, but it is a very much slower pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Super interesting. Okay. Then I think so. I'm taking my questions here because I did have a question from another MSP.
All right.
So an MSP in Belgium. Louis, thank you for the question. His question for you was, what is a perfect balance in small deals on short term versus big deals on long term? Can you give us a percentage, how you focus the company?
Make sure that I wouldn't say percentage. I would say don't count the elephants.
Okay.
Count the small ones, and
All
make
right.
sure that you have a pipeline where you will survive on the small business.
Okay.
Because then you don't need the elephant, but when you get it,
It's really
perfect for the result.
Of course.
So I would say that would be my balance, and of course I want to have as much both small and big animals as possible when I hunt.
Yeah.
But I don't because that's dangerous when you have this beautiful, great sort of transaction that you're looking into, and it goes south, and then you're sitting there and like, okay, so what do I do now?
Yeah.
And you have to report and etc. So that's just a struggle.
Mm.
So make sure to build a pipeline where you will survive on the small business,
Yeah.
and once in a while the big ones will arrive as well, and then that's
Wow.
just the good juice.
That's some really good insight. Yeah, that's really interesting. Let's see. Okay, I think this is maybe the last question, but next time I speak to another MSP, right? And I will interview the guy or the girl. What is the question that you think I should ask them about insight in building a successful MSP?
I will go back again to that sort of understanding, trust, relation thing, even though it might be boring out of a technical perspective, but how do you establish the relation to your customers?
Okay, very nice. Okay,
And what
really
is
good
that?
question.
What is that relationship? What does it look like?
Yeah.
Are you an advisor, or are you seller,
Or just a friend.
or just a friend? By all
Yeah,
means.
yeah, exactly. All right,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I will definitely ask them. Okay, thank you so much for the interview. Have a great day. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next episode.
Bye.